2.5 years ago, I first came up with the idea of building a new trading wherry, a kind of cargo-carrying wooden sailing craft whose striking black sails were once a common sight before the fleet dwindled away throughout the last century. Today, the work begins. This May, I announced the project on my channel and was overwhelmed by the response. I said at the time that I was planning to start in August, but August came and went. There were setbacks. A planning application denied. A new place was found, but changes had to be made to the boat design due to space constraints. But now, at last, it's time to start building Lady Garnet. So here's where it all begins. This tent is where I'm going to be spending quite a lot of time over the next few years, building the first trading wherry since 1912. Now there's a lot to like about this tent. There is a workbench already installed at the back, and there are electric light fixtures already installed, which is obviously very handy for winter months such as these, so I can work later in the day. There is in fact only one problem with the tent which I need to fix. The tent itself is only 48 feet long. When you factor in that permanent workbench, it's just 46 feet. And Lady Garnet, as you'll remember from previous videos, is going to be 48 feet long. So my first job is to extend the tent. So Dilly, my boss here at Tom Jones Boatyard, has told me that I can extend the front of my tent so that it is in line with the front of Shed 2. So I'll just do a quick measurement of that. And that's roughly 6.5 feet. So that gives me enough room for the entire boat plus an extra 4.5 feet. Most of that is going to go at the back of the tent between the stern post and the workbench that's installed there, because I will obviously need room with that workbench to be able to maneuver. I'm not too concerned about how much space there is between the stem post and the front of the tent, because if I need space around the stem, I can actually open up the entire front of the tent. Now I've had a look at the construction of how the door is attached. Pretty simple. Hinge at the top, hinge at the bottom. So all I have to do is unscrew the hinges, take the doors off, put the extension on, and then screw the hinges back on. Same on the other side. So let's get to it.
go back a bit.
So this is where I'm going to be storing my timber. So these two pieces down here, mahogany, they belong to the yard. So I've been building these structures to go over it, to provide a platform for the oak that I'm going to get. These two pieces of softwood I'm just using as very long straight edges. I'm going to be putting a few more pieces in at intervals. Now these pieces are not going to have supports going down to the floor. They're just going to be fastened into the wall like these are here. But they are going to provide a little extra support because just the more I have, the more it spreads the load of the oak. So the tent extension is now done and the shelf for storing my timber is now done. The timber shelf is very important because in the next episode I'm going to be heading up to Norfolk to have a look at some oak that is for sale. Please do subscribe if you don't want to miss that video. I think it's going to be very exciting to see some huge slabs of freshly sawn oak. And also, if you want to support Building Lady Garnet, The link to the fundraiser is in the video description below. Thank you so much to everybody who has already donated, and thank you all for watching this episode of Building Lady Garnet. I'll see you next time.